any of you ladies thinking about joining the AQC and working with Carissa, stop thinking about it and just do it. It has been a game changer.
The support, the no judgment zone, as well as the ability to grow through both difficulties and celebrations.
Carissa pours her heart out into creating and giving us strategies, prompts, golden nuggets that allow us to soar.
So if you're a coach or an entrepreneur who is ready to rise and have real mindset shifts, see results financially and personally, and feel supported every step of the way, then this is where you belong.
Head over to www.
Boy, does this feel like good times today. It's so great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. I love it. This is a show that's going to invite all of you to open up your heart because it's about dreams coming true. There's a road we get to take as we craft out and we lay a course that's in service of so many others. Sometimes the universe, God, whatever you believe in, have you ever wondered why, but better than why, or how the universe knows how to line things up in a way that gets you ready for the most expansive part of who you're going to become? This is the time to change. And gratitude, leading with love, opens up more expansive possibilities than you can imagine. Crust busting your way to an awesome life.
I want to thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Are you struggling with unresolved emotions or recurring patterns? Tune into Beyond Birth Trauma, From Burden to Brilliance with me, Shannon O'Flaherty, on Transformation Talk Radio. On the second Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, we'll explore your own birth experiences and consider how they might be affecting your current life patterns to start your journey towards self-discovery and healing. For more information, visit shannonbtb.com. That's shannonbtb.com.
Ready?
There are shows with psychics.
And there are shows with doctors.
But there's no show like The Psychic and the Doc.
Your practical paranormal power unleashed.
This show synthesizes the talents of world-class medium Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, psychic explorer,
and street smart spiritualist, behavioral psychologist, Dr. Pat Basili. All subjects are on the table and no topic is taboo. Inspiration, insight,
action, and fun as Mark Anthony connects callers with loved ones in spirit.
In tandem with Dr. Pat's fresh, no-nonsense, street-smart, intuitive insights. And she is hilarious.
Extraordinary problems
require extraordinary solutions, which may come from this side
or the other side. This is The Psychic
and the Doc, and it starts now.
Hey everybody, I want to welcome you to The Psychic and the Doc. And for those of you out just tuning in, if you've never heard about the show, this is a live call-in show. And for those of you that want to call in, let me give you the number, 1-800-930-2819. What happens during this show is my esteemed colleague, Mark Anthony, JD, Psychic Explorer, and so much more, is the one that will connect you with your loved ones. And you're going to hear in a minute what that means. Every show we do, what we do is we pick a theme. And this week we have picked Revelution. And why are we talking about that in that way? Well, okay, you've heard Mark and I talk about this being a 1 year. We're not ready to talk just yet about this being the year of the fire horse. That's what we're going to do. But this is a year to evolve and evolve from the heart. So many people have been looking introspectively. And what Mark does, not just on this show, but you'll get to know him a little bit more here in a minute if you don't know him. This is what he does. This is Mark's life work. This is him at events. This is him one-on-one. This is when he does his circles. All of the above has one purpose, and that is in service of you. Mark, what do you think about the love illusion?
And I
Uh,
see you. Wait a minute. You got the leopard blanket on there, getting ready for some of that, aren't you?
I do. I do. Well, that chair
Mm,
we were talking before we went on air about symbols and
hmm.
symbolism, and we
Yes.
both have all this eclectic stuff in our background, and all of it has symbolic meaning. And that chair was my mother's recliner chair. And
Wow.
the last time I saw her alive, she was sitting in that chair. We had lunch and she sat down in the chair and we were talking and laughing. And my mother was a very gifted medium. And the leopard throw, um, a really good friend of mine gave that to me. He had been on a safari in South Africa and he saw it and he said, "Hey, this will be really good for that jungly room of yours." And he died unexpectedly a couple months after he gave that from me. He had a brain aneurysm and just collapsed and died. I
Wow.
mean, it just came
Wow.
out of the blue. It was one of those things. And so I'm kind of honoring both of them. And I'll never forget, I was asked to speak at his service. And it was at his house. He had this really cool backyard, it was all jungly and stuff. And there was, God, easily 100 people there. And I remember they asked me, Mark, would you give Brad's eulogy? And so I stood up there and we had a little sound system set up and I'm talking and
Yeah.
all of a sudden I got really flustered because I saw him standing at the back of the crowd glowing. And yeah, and I didn't want to stop in the middle of what I was saying to him, and go, "Oh, by the way, Brad's spirit is right here." But it was right there, and he was smiling like he was happy, like what everybody was saying about him. But it was really intense, and I'll never forget that because his mother was there, and she was weeping, and his sister and my parents were there, and all of our friends were there, people from every walk of life, every background. And it just shows how one person touches so many
Yeah.
lives, and everybody was there because they loved this guy. And
Yeah.
that's Loveolution. Loveolution is the solution. You think that, oh, people go around and say, love, love, love. Well, the only thing more powerful than hate is love.
Yeah.
And the world has always been cursed with hate, and yet the counter is the blessing of love. And I believe that's what tonight's show's about. And what's really interesting, Dr. Pat, Valentine's Day is this Saturday, the 14th. That's why we chose Loveolution.
Yeah.
Yet tomorrow is Friday the 13th, which a
13th.
lot of people look at as a negative day. So you have, symbolically negativity followed by positivity. Now, I never looked at Friday the 13th as a negative thing, um, but a lot of people do. There is frigatriscadecaphobia is the psychological term for fear of Friday the 13th. And I know as a psychologist, you've probably dealt with people that have phobias, and there are people that have legitimate phobias. It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
estimated every Friday the 13th, the U.S. economy loses $1 billion because people are afraid to travel. Some people don't go to work. People
They
don't
don't go
want to
into
go
the
to the house.
elevator. They won't go into
They
elevators.
won't go
They won't go.
elevators.
They won't go in the subway. They won't go out. I mean, you're
Well, yeah,
right. It's just
they
like a
won't go
whole
out.
thing.
Yeah, and
That's it.
businesses lose $1 billion because people are afraid to leave their houses. So I think that is a fascinating thing. I think you should look at 13 as a prime number and instead embrace it. That it's not negative. It simply is one of those mystical numbers.
Yeah.
And then rejoice on Saturday, the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, because the greatest gift anyone can give another person is the gift of each other, is the gift of love. So that's what this show, in my feeling, is about. Is that's the love illusion.
Yeah, and there's a lot being talked about right now about the fact that Friday the 13th is before Valentine's Day. What is it? US News, I'm trying to read. US Today. US Today had an article about it. And it's really interesting. And they talked about why do people consider Friday the 13th unlucky? Well, I was doing a little research on this, and one of the things that I picked up, now I don't know if this is true because you don't know what's true out there. One of the Olympic athletes asked if the event could be moved. Now, I don't know how true that is. I don't know, but I know they considered this. It's really interesting. But the question mark was, it's not Friday the 13th in Italy. It's really an interesting dynamic. But what's my point? Our suspicions travel with us, right? They travel with us. And I don't know, but many, many, many athletes are highly superstitious. There are many things. I mean, if you talk to them, every one of them has got this or that. But I will tell you this, to your comment, I rarely will work in depth with somebody that's got a phobia, especially a real one. Now, what I do is I'll work in parallel with a psychiatrist or something like that, because phobias are real, Mark.
Yeah.
They are real. And I know we make light of some of this sometimes, but if you're raised with that kind of fear, and that's what we're talking about, it's fear to the point of almost being obsessive about it. And Friday the 13th is like that. I did work with somebody, by the way, who on Friday the 13th, I don't care what year it was or what it was, and no matter what happened with that, would not even turn on their computer. Just wouldn't even turn on their computer. Now, today we got a lot of callers and ready to go. I think we should take a really short break and get on it. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, Jessica, let's get a really quick break and then let's come through. I think we have Danette too. That's calling back to give us an update. So I can't wait to hear that. All right, Jessica, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go right to the phones.
I'm Mark Anthony, author of The Afterlife Frequency. But don't expect a dry treatise. This book educates, entertains, and reads like a juicy novel.
Joining us today is psychic lawyer Mark Anthony. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I don't think there's another person on the planet anywhere who shares this guy's resume.
He's been on Coast to Coast, the radio show with me for years. He's a psychic lawyer, but he's the real deal.
This book also provides hope in coping with grief, crime, murder, PTSD, and survivor's guilt. The Afterlife Frequency teaches you my 4-step raft technique. Recognize spirit contact, accept it as real, feel it without fear, and trust the message.
Tired of feeling exhausted as a parent? I would love to help you with a new vision for yourself that is focused on intentional wellness parenting. My name is Orly Cormier, and I have over 40 years' experience with complex cancer patients. I offer consultations, coaching, and educational programs for parents who want to boost their health and reduce risk of disease, especially cancer. For more information, go to orlycormier.com.
You ever feel it? That whisper just beneath the surface? A deeper part of you ready to rise? At Aligned Energy, we don't just inspire change, we embody transformation. This is where high-performing women come home to themselves, where the masks fall away and the real you steps forward, powerful, radiant, and fully alive. This is Manon, energy alchemist, transformation coach, and best-selling author, guiding women leaders from burnout to purpose. Together we will reconnect with your innate wisdom to clear energetic blocks and activate your eros and life force, awakening the sensual, sovereign self within. For the wild-hearted, for the ones ready to get clear, stop performing and start becoming. This is your invitation to rise and step into your power, purpose, and possibility. Visit AlignedEnergyHealing.com to book your exploratory call or session today.
Hey, everybody. everybody. Welcome back. Before we go, we're going right to the phones, everybody. Give us a minute. Y'all are going to meet Jessica. Mark, before we do, I know we're going to get cranked up here. And so please tell people how they can find out more about you and give us an update on your events.
Absolutely. Please visit my website, which is afterlifefrequency.com. It's just like my book, The Afterlife Frequency. And if you go to the calendar of events, you'll see that I've got an online light circle on March 21st. So it's on the spring equinox. And a light circle is limited to 6 people, so everybody is guaranteed a connection with loved ones in spirit. We do that as a Zoom conference. There's another one in April, but you can find out about all that on my calendar of events. Sign up for my newsletter, which will keep you up to date on what I'm doing. You can also apply for a one-on-one reading, either on the phone or by Zoom. And you can find out about my books all by visiting afterlifefrequency.com. Later in the year, we got a bunch of cool stuff coming up. I'm going to be at the SSE, which is it's a consciousness conference in Denver, but we'll talk about that in episodes as we get closer to it.
Awesome.
And I will be speaking at Helping Parents Heal in August, and to all the Shining Light parents, those are parents who've lost a child. Dr. Pat and I are here for you every week. So
yeah. Thank you for that, Mark. For those of you out there, we have, just so you know, we'll make sure you get information. We have opened up the doorways for 4 new channels, and we are sending out emails. We also have a short link to a page you can go to if you are considering hosting your own show and doing something so you are unmissable. Jessica, who do we have?
We will go to Linda from Florida. Linda, welcome to the show.
Hi, Linda. I know you've been hanging on there for a bit.
Yes. I don't know why. I'm just nervous tonight, but I just felt like I needed to call in tonight. I was just going to listen, but I was hoping that I receive a message.
Okay.
Because I lost a sister recently, and
okay.
I've been doing a lot of praying.
Okay, so go ahead, Mark. I just want to tell you, Mark's going to get started here, so just give him a minute. He's going to connect. He will interact with you when he's ready, so just hang in there while he's doing his thing, okay?
Linda, I know you want to talk. I know you want to talk to your sister, but I'm getting an older man. Feels like a grandfather figure connected to you through your mom's side of the family. Is your maternal grandfather in spirit?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because he's the one stepping forward initially, and he keeps pointing to his throat. And I'm getting this, like he may have been having some issues with his throat or ability to speak prior to passing, getting a lot of pain in the area of his pancreas, which is located at the bottom of the rib cage on the left side, a lot of stomach issues as well. Do you know if he was having problems with pancreas, which could be diabetes or pancreatic cancer or pancreatitis, and his stomach and or breathing and speaking issues prior to passing?
I'm wondering if it was my brother that passed in 23. He had cerebral palsy.
Okay, but this gentleman is older. How did your maternal grandfather pass?
I don't know. He passed when I was real young.
Okay.
Before 5 years old.
Okay. Was he older? Like could have been, older when you're 5 would be like in his 60s, possibly 70s?
Possibly. My mother didn't speak highly of him because he didn't raise her. An aunt and an uncle did.
Okay. Well, at any rate, I got an older grandfatherly figure that's coming through. And let me see what he wants you to know. Was it you or your sister that was the dancer? And I know little girls always go out for ballet, or not always, but girls go out for ballet. But he's showing me ballet shoes. And you know how ballerinas, they get on their toes. I don't know how you guys do that. I mean, because I feel the tips of my toes really hurting. So he's talking about ballet lessons, ballet dancing. How does that make sense to you?
I had a cousin that was with the New York Ballet, and my sister and I, we liked to dance. She had tap shoes. She,
Okay. Okay. So anyway, I'm getting this about ballet and dancing. Let's see if we can get your sister to come forward. All right, yeah, I'm getting a female energy coming through, and I'm getting this horrific sensation in my abdominal region, abdomen, stomach, and lower, like in the reproductive areas, and I'm getting a nauseated sensation as well. Nausea indicates to me that she may have been having difficulty eating and or holding down food prior to passing. Sometimes nausea is also a cancer indicator. It doesn't always mean cancer, but it could. But I do feel that prior to passing, she was extremely physically tired and worn out. Like whatever was going on with her was just taking her down a click at a time. Does that make any sense with your sister?
definitely. She had MS.
Okay, well, that will definitely wear you out. Was she having a hard time eating toward the end?
Yes, and she was the one that was real athletic. Used to love to. She didn't have lessons, but she had tap shoes, and she would do tap dancing for my parents.
Okay. Okay, super, super. All right, so we got her here. Um, she's so funny. She has a great sense of humor, and I get even through her illnesses, she kept a great sense of humor. And I keep hearing her going, "I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it." And there's something about "I didn't want to do it," and it's very funny, and it's some type of inside joke between you and her. Do you have any? Does this resonate with you in any way?
Um, yeah, we did. We used to laugh a lot. I had another sister that passed that had a sense of humor as well. And come to think of it, she did take, I believe, ballet lessons before I was born and piano lessons.
So see, we got both your sisters here because spirits with a commonality, in other words, the commonality is they're sisters and they're connected to you are coming through. Also, um, they're talking about your hands and your fingers and some type of pain. Did you, well, it could be one of them, and obviously the sister with MS may have had issues with her fingers, but they're focusing on you and pain in your hands or fingers. I feel like I'm like clutching something really hard. What's going on with you physically?
Actually, I've been trying to do better eating wise, health, but I'm weak in my legs, and I don't know why. And I had a real bad fall last year,
Okay.
and I didn't want to go too much in details because I know you don't have a lot of time, but it was
Yeah.
a bad fall. I had even black eye from it.
Okay. All right. So she's letting you know she's around you and aware of what's happening. She's also talking about soups, soups, soup, soups with spinach, soups with greens. It's like getting more iron and nutrients in liquid format, not like green drinks, but through soups. Do you eat a lot of soup?
I was just thinking I was going to get some stuff from soup, but I drink a lot of vitamin water and electrolyte water, and I just
Okay.
made some strawberry water before the
Okay,
show.
but I'm getting the soups. Okay, so she's definitely giving you the heads up on the soups. Now let's get a message for you. Um, this is so weird. I'm looking for this wise message, and all I'm hearing is that old song, "Downtown, da 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 da, downtown." Okay, I remember that. That song from when I was a little kid. What is up with downtown? Or maybe she's telling you go shopping, go downtown. This whole downtown thing.
Both were shoppers. Yes. When she passed, she had 150 people at her memorial.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Okay. So she's definitely around. She's aware, but the downtown message to me means she wants you to get out. She wants you to go downtown. She wants you not to be mired in the grief for her. Now, obviously, that's easier said than done, but that's the message for you. Dr. Pat, what's your take on this?
So I want to get back to your fall for a minute. It sounds like you fell pretty hard. Is that true?
Yeah, I had permanent retainers. My teeth were straight. They were perfect.
Yeah.
The retainer actually broke and went through my tooth.
Wow.
and
Okay.
even pushed in my bottom teeth, and I had 2 black eyes. And
Wow.
I fell actually at the doctor's office, and no one even called me to see if I was okay.
Gotta be. Are you
I figured
kidding?
at my age, I just want to
How
go in
long
peace.
ago did
And
that happen? Did that happen recently, if
it
I could
happened
ask?
in June.
Wow.
June of 25.
And where is the doctor's office located, if you don't mind? Is it located downtown?
No, it's in Merritt Island, Florida.
Now, I don't know where that is, Mark.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
Okay.
do. Yeah.
So my sense is, and I don't want to put words or thoughts into your head, but my sense is that really jolted your confidence in a lot of ways. Have you been able to pick yourself up from that? See, the whole dancing is about movement. So let me just get clear where I'm going. Tap dancing, a lot of dancing. I took tap, my sister took ballet, but that's all about movement. You know what I mean? And as kids, we grew up loving to dance, right? So let me just ask you, are you back to being active? Because 6 months, 7 months, what is it, Mark? 8 months ago? So
Yeah.
are you back to being active? Because you're in Florida where you can be active a lot. You're not sitting here in the snow with me. So tell me, are you back? Are you back, Linda? Are you back?
No, it affected me spiritually because no one even do a courtesy call, and it knocked off my equilibrium.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you something now. Yeah. Okay, which part knocked off your equilibrium? Was it the fact that they didn't call you, or was it the fall itself? I'm going to be quick here. I know we've got time, but I just got to get to help you. The fall. Fall. Okay. So, did they know you fell? Did they know that you fell on their property? And you fell on their property?
Yes.
Yeah.
I drove myself home. I don't live in Merritt Island. I drove, and it was a pretty long ride home.
Okay. And you've had repercussions from this. Have they helped you with bills, expenses, rehab? What have they helped you with?
Nothing. Okay. Nothing at all.
Have you asked them for help with that? Did you file a claim with your insurance?
I was gonna see him this month, and I was gonna ask him.
No, you have to ask your insurance. You don't ask the doctor. Right, Mark? You have to go to your insurance. Yeah. Look, here's where I'm going. We got to get your confidence back, and we got to get you to stand up for yourself. You know, ballet, right? Ballet is standing up on your toes. Do you understand the message that you're getting here?
I know, and I used to be able to stand up on toes.
But this is metaphorical for you. But this is metaphorical for you because you can't let this event keep you down. You have the rest of your life to live here. So for whatever reason, you didn't call your insurance or take action. I don't know the statute of limitations in Florida. I don't know any of that. But what is it, Mark?
Well, it's usually 4 years. If it's medical malpractice, it's 2.
Okay. So what we're trying to say, or I'm trying to say, this is a time for you, if you have not called whoever you need to call to get you back 100%. Because if you really fell like that, and man, that sounds like you fell on your face, girl, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So here's what I want to leave you with. This is standing on them ballet shoes means you have to stand for yourself. You understand? So please do not hesitate to take action on your own behalf. And it does start with insurance. You know, I'm not an expert in this field, but I only can tell you from my experience. It starts by doing something. And so I wouldn't wait for them to call you and apologize because they're probably waiting for a claim to come through. So decide what you want to do. You either do something to take action or spiritually you let go and you rebuild your life. Okay? Got it?
Thank you. I was hoping he was going to do the right thing, but apparently they're not. So I'll have to take action.
I'm in June. Linda, it's been since June.
Here's an idea. Get another doctor.
Get another doctor, but get your insurance involved, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because you still have some things going on, and that's got to be handled. Stand up for yourself. Get on them ballet shoes. All right, Linda. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
Jessica, who do we have? That's the whole ballet thing, because that is the hardest thing to do is ballet dancers, what they have to do to their toes in order to do that. It's beyond comprehensible.
Oh my God. I know.
I know, but
yes.
that's the message for her. All right,
Yeah.
Jessica.
We'll go to Susan from Florida. Susan, welcome to the show.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am writing a book. I was just watching one of your shows where you asked somebody if they were writing a book. I started looking around the 100th anniversary of my father's birth. I started looking at our ancestry book and going back to 1811 and looking at the birth charts of all the ancestors that I had. And the book that I ended up deciding to write about is about soul groups and soul group communication. And I have this idea that I am being led by my soul group, and I want to find out from Mark who among my soul group is doing that leading, because I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this before Mark is going to dig in here, but soul groups, sometimes they pull you forward, the other times they kick you forward. So
that's true.
So you may be getting a little bit of a sandwich effect here. Let's see what Mark can do.
Irma.
Okay.
Interesting. Is there a name all right, when I get a name, it could be right on point, but it could be something similar. It could be Myrna, but I'm getting an Irma, and I'm getting a couple generations back. It's like 2 to 3, this could be on the grandparent or great-grandparent level. Could be Irma, Erna, Myrna. I'm getting some type of name like that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
The ones that I've been looking at are all males back. My father's grandfather, great-grandfather, all the way back.
Right. Let's look at the females now. Let's look for the Irmas or the Ernas or Myrna.
That's not ringing a bell.
Okay, well that's the
there's a few. It isn't somebody in my soul group, right?
Correct. Right, correct. Because that's what I'm getting. Because you've been working with the males, it's time to bring in the females for a balance of the energy here. But the thing is, this is fascinating. They keep showing me an old-fashioned horse and buggy. Okay, the big wooden wheels. I could see something around 1890 or so. And where I'm getting this, is there any connection with I know you're calling from Florida, but is there any connection with your with your family, with Georgia?
Yes,
Now,
South Georgia is where that great-grandfather of my father's was born.
Okay, it'd be interesting to find out what his wife's name was.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Because that could be the Erna, Irma.
Find it.
Yeah. All right. So that's what I'm getting. That I'm getting you're riding the horse, and I'm getting the Georgia connection. They're telling me it's pretty easy.
Come down here in wagons to Georgia. Yeah, from South Carolina. They came to South Georgia.
Okay. What they're trying to tell me is to convey to you is that you're right on track. You are right on track. So this book that you're writing, you're supposed to be writing it. And the interesting thing is this is the first of a series of books. They show there's a long one and then a group of smaller novellas or smaller, maybe even articles. It's kind of cool what they're showing me. It's going to kick off a whole bunch of ideas. Does any of that make sense to you?
Yes, I am approaching this from an astrological standpoint, but I just saw your show on Summer of Love, and I was doing some astrological research, and the Summer of Love was the seed time for the evolution that's taking place right now. So I'm also writing about the evolution that's going on.
Cool.
So, a lot of ideas are coming forward, and I know I'm getting them from my soul group. I just know it.
That's great.
Good. Go for it. They will guide you. They will guide you.
Yeah. I have
Well,
one
they
thing I
guided
want to
me to
add.
call you tonight.
Yeah, and I have one thing to add. So here's what I discovered about my own ancestry. First of all, they lied through their teeth about where my grandfather was born. He was actually born in Brazil, not Italy. So that's a whole story.
Uh-huh.
But behind that story are the women. And this is what I think Mark was trying to get in here with, whether it's Irma or Myrna or who, it doesn't matter. Somewhere underneath the men you are researching, there's another story. And
Okay.
you may stumble upon it, but what we find when we go back and we look at the men in history, let me just throw that out there. There is always, I forget the stat. I think it was something like 96% of the time, there was a female energy in the background. For Jesus, it was Mary Magdalene. So you can find this when you study
Yes,
the
it will be in
traditions.
our ancestry book, the wives. Yeah.
It is. But remember what Mark said, look for some name like that, because that's going to open a mystery box for you. Okay. Okay. You got it, Susan?
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll get to look at her chart. Woohoo. Okay.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that. You know that, Mark.
Yeah.
You know that those stories, when we start to look at men in history. I mean, there are a couple that the women never show up, like Churchill. Did Churchill? I don't know. But
no,
yes,
his
but
wife.
he had a wife, but then he had this relationship with this other young woman. Not a love relationship, but some kind of interesting, I don't know, dad-daughter thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I could go off on that. I am not a history buff, so I'm just going to embarrass myself. So I'm going to kick over to Jessica. Jessica.
We will go to Danette from Connecticut. Danette,
All
welcome
right.
to the show.
Okay, Danette, let's have an update.
It rhymes. Danette from Connecticut.
Yeah,
Almost rhymes. Hey, Danette, welcome back.
That's like almost not a hip hop rhyme. Hi, Danette. Hey, how are you?
Hello?
Can you hear us? We can't hear you really well. Hold on. What are you doing with your phone?
I have to have on speaker. I can't hear my phone without my speaker on.
Okay, now you're better. Now you're better. Good. How can we help you?
All right. Well, the beginning of this month, somebody stole my food stamps, and then I went to a different health insurance, and I went to get food today with the program card they gave me, and it didn't work. All they gave me was the over-the-counter meds, and that was it. And I felt
so
embarrassed.
what can we help you with? Because we can't help you with much of that.
Yeah.
I know. I've been hearing my sister Carol so much lately.
Okay.
She's been sounds like she's been calling me a lot.
And she's in spirit?
Yes. My whole entire family's in spirit.
Okay. You know, what I keep hearing is don't despair, don't despair, don't despair. That's the reoccurring don't despair. Now, obviously, that sounds pretty straightforward, but what you described, you've been through a series of very difficult situations, very frustrating, very, violating. I mean, people stealing your food stamps. I mean, that's taking literally food off your table. I want her to give me more than just don't despair, okay? Because stiff upper lip, well, that doesn't, put dinner on the table. Hold on, give me a second here, Danette. She's telling me that you've always been very trusting of people outside of the family, and you've always been very forthright, and you always are looking for the good in people. And while that is a very admirable quality, she said you have to be a bit more secretive, more private, stop telegraphing to other people what you do, where you're going, what you have. So it's kind of put your defenses up. Now, by putting your defenses up, that doesn't mean become a hermit, but she said you
Right.
telegraph. You let people know.
Yeah.
She said you talk too much about your personal business. You have to keep it closer to your heart. Closer to your heart. Apparently, your dad was a rather secretive or quiet person because she's saying, be more like dad. Be more like dad.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. My mom's anniversary is coming up next month, and I've been thinking about her a lot too. My brother and my other sister,
Right,
the whole
but
entire
listen
family.
listen to the message that they're giving you now, because a lot of times people call in and
Mm-hmm.
all right, right, they gloss over what I'm trying to tell them, and
Yeah.
I want to hear from this one, this one, this one, this one. Listen to the message because this is the
Mm-hmm.
message from your collective of spirits. All your family members are
Right.
working together, and this is the message that they're giving you. And that is what you
Right.
need to know at this point is, and you don't have to divulge anything. I don't want you to divulge things because we're on air and
Mm-hmm.
we don't know who's listening, but they're
Right.
telling you stop talking so much to people about what you have, where you're going, what you do. You've got to be more private. You've got to be
Mm-hmm.
more, and I don't want to say selfish, but you have to be more concerned with you and yourself in order to protect yourself. Okay, Dr. Pat, what's your
Right.
take?
I'm curious, how does someone steal food stamps?
I have no idea. And they came from, it was from Chicago. I called the state of Connecticut up, and they said, oh yeah, and they were in July. They said, oh yeah, they hacked into your account, which it was supposed to be secure, and they stole your food stamps, and you can't get any until next month. I had to get a new card and everything.
Exactly. This is what Mark is saying. And I know this is the weirdest thing, but Jessica, myself, we all go through this, especially being out there in the world. You have to take steps to secure your things. It's like what Mark is saying. It's not just about what you say to other people, but there are people that do nothing but try to do that.
Right.
So part of the message is, and it's just, I hate to have to say this, but it's exactly what Mark
Yeah.
is saying. You have to really change passwords on a regular basis, look over your shoulders, but
Yeah.
don't become paranoid because we are living in a world now where access is so important. But here's the good news. This is what I love. You're going to get a new card, right?
Oh, I got a new card already. But
Good.
my program card didn't work right, and I had to call the insurance company. But my son is helping me out with some food and
Perfect.
stuff, but I don't like taking it from him because he has children, my grandkids, to feed too. That's
Okay,
what I'm
so I'm going to
upset
help you
about.
with that right now. Okay, hang on. We got to fix this thing right here.
Right.
The key to prosperity and abundance is not the art of giving. It's the art of receiving.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yes, I
Karma
do.
and the energy of that is if your son is willing to give you food, the only response is thank you.
Oh, I do. I appreciate
But
it.
not to worry
People-
about him. Apparently, he must be a grown man. And so if your
he's
son is giving you food, then open up your arms and take it graciously. You understand, it isn't your son giving you food, it's the laws of the universe, God, goddess, whatever you believe in. You got that? That's your mission. Change that now. Please change that now.
Well, he told me I helped him out when he needed help. So it's
No,
his
forget
turn
that.
to help me.
No, this is not about him.
That's
This
what
is
he
about
said.
you. This is about you.
Right.
Are you ready to receive all the yummy help you could handle?
Yes, I can. Yes, I am.
Do it. Do it, because that will begin to turn your luck around.
Okay.
Okay? You're in good shape. You're in great shape. Don't let this get you down.
Thanks.
You know what this is like? This is like a flea on an elephant's ass. Am I going to be bleeped for that? I'm telling you, in the scheme of things, you have kind energy. You're a kind person. Both Mark and I picked that up immediately.
Yeah.
And sometimes kind people become, what's the right word, Mark? What am I looking
Victims,
for?
targets,
They become targets.
targets.
Yeah. I want you to put your head up
No.
high, receive from whoever's going to help you, and get back in the
Right.
game like you're doing. Okay, you got this covered. You're covered. You're good.
Okay. Thank
Thanks,
Thank
Dana.
you. Yeah, you're in Connecticut, right?
Waterbury, Connecticut.
Yeah,
And he
you're.
came all the way to Monticello, New York.
I'm telling you,
Monticello.
these people got nothing better to
2.5
do.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh man, this is good. Jessica, who's next?
We'll go to Daniel from New York. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hi, Daniel. How are you?
How are you? I'm doing well. How are you?
What part of New York you from?
Rochester.
Yeah, so you are up there in the snow, aren't you?
I am. I'm in the cold. I'm in the snow. We love it, I guess.
I know. I'm in Jersey now. How can we help you tonight?
I did a light circle with Mark back in November, and I missed a contact with somebody, and I would love to see if we can pull him back.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get our magic lasso out.
Yeah, since we have limited time, what's the relationship? Don't give me the name, just the relationship, like friend, cousin, sister, whatever.
Grandfather.
Okay. Is this on your mom's side of the family?
No, this is going to be on my wife's side.
Okay. The reason I said mom's side of the family is when my right hand tingles, that's a female connection, which I was assuming, but I gotta be careful about assuming, would be your wife. If my left hand tingles, that's male side, which would be your dad. Okay. So your wife's grandfather?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, the spirit that I got coming through is a man who looks like he could have easily have been late 70s, well into late 70s to his 80s, and he's showing me lots of issues with his teeth. Now, I realize a lot of older folks have bridge work or false teeth, but I'm getting this major issue with his teeth, and I'm also getting a draining sensation throughout his body. Now, the draining sensation, Daniel, indicates to me that he was having some type of illness condition which was taking him down a click at a time. Doesn't mean he had to be laying in bed for a couple months. It could have even been a few weeks, but it appears to me that his passing was not a quick event. Does anything with the teeth, the mouth, and or a long slow or longer slow passing make sense with this grandfather?
All 100%, yes.
Okay. Hold on. He said, this is a very interesting message, Daniel. He said, you don't have to play the lottery to be lucky. He said, true luck comes from what's in your heart. Now, that being said, he keeps showing me shamrocks. Shamrocks are indicators of any of the following or any combination. Could be something about the month of March, births, deaths, anniversaries, or events connected to him, you, your wife, or someone close to you within the month of March. Shamrocks indicate to me something with Ireland, Irish connection, Irish heritage, connected to you or him. Could be a name like Pat, Patrick, or Patricia, because St. Patrick's Day is in March. And it could also be a significance to the number 17. Does not have to be St. Patrick's Day, which is March 17th. Could be the 17th of any other month or something about 17. But he is just, bam, hitting me with this big time. Anything there?
There is nothing's jumping out at me right now with that.
All right, hold on. What's coming up for you next month?
I know my wife is traveling next month.
Okay, so that's a yes, and this is her grandfather.
Nothing too.
So, all right,
Yep,
hold on.
yep.
You're no, 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 and nothing, nothing, nothing. If he's bringing up March and his granddaughter is traveling in March, that's a yes. March applies.
Yes.
Okay. He's also talking about, it could be Darren, Derek, Daryl. There's some type of male D name. Could be him or you or someone can. Well, we know you're Daniel, okay? But I'm getting like a Darren or Derek. Is there any Darrens or Dereks, could be an Eric, connected to you or your wife or him in some way? I want you to make a note.
No.
Because, hold on, you're knowing again, all right?
Yep,
And when you
yeah,
no,
sorry.
you create a block. The right response is not at this time. And the reason, I'm not jumping on your case.
Not this time.
The reason is we don't want to create a block with the spirit. This could be somebody that you're
Okay.
going to encounter. Is she traveling for business? Your wife,
Pleasure.
is she traveling for business?
Pleasure.
Okay. This grandfather is talking to you about business, and something with you in business. Now, business, maybe you're retired or whatever, but it could be a financial issue, and he's talking about this in right around March 10th. So there's something going on that's going to be coming up right around March 10th, and he said, take your time, don't make an impulsive decision, okay? And with his granddaughter, your wife, he said she's going to be just fine. So she's going to have a good trip. That's the message.
Mm.
Awesome.
All right, good.
Awesome.
Where's your
Super
wife
glad to
going? Do you
hear
want
that.
to say? Do you want to say where your wife is going?
She's going to Mexico.
Okay, and you all cool with that? Obviously, you're not going.
No, I'm not going. I'm going to stay home with our son.
Okay.
Her aunt lives there, and she's lucky enough to go and visit.
Good. So, Danny boy, which is the first thing that came up for me. Who used to sing Danny Boy to you?
My grandmother a little bit.
Used to sing, you know, that Irish song, like, you
I
know
do.
what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Danny boy, the pipes. I do.
That's what I'm trying to
Boy, we
say.
hold the banner
So
for thee.
what was Mark trying to say to you about Ireland, right? Shamrocks. You see what I'm saying to you? And
Mhm.
so who used to sing that to you?
Well, I have another grandfather that was born on.
No. That's not it. It isn't it.
Okay.
Who used to
Yeah,
sing
okay.
that to you?
My grandmother.
There you go. Something about
Yeah.
that, something about you, and something about March. And we don't have enough time, but if you step back from it a little bit and think about it, somehow that grandma figure that used to sing Danny Boy is encouraging you on. Nobody sings Oh Danny Boy. The pipes are pipes. Nobody does that without encouraging you some heartfelt advice. So you're on the fence about something, don't want to ask you about it. You know what it is. So take some time to take it in. You know what I mean? You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did after the light circle last time, and
Okay.
a lot of stuff started clicking. I was banging my head against the wall. I said, "How did I miss that?" And
yeah, you're on the
I'm
fence
glad that I
though,
was able
but
to-
you're on the fence. You're on the fence about something. It's not about you not knowing. You know. There's something you know. See, that's different than banging your head against the wall thinking you don't know. Now you've got more information. The
Yeah.
pipes are calling. You understand, but there's some decision you're not making. And I'm 90% sure I'm correct, right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
That's
That's
very
what
true.
that's what this call is about. There's a decision, you're waiting for more information, you got information, you're going to get information, but you're still not going to make a decision. And I'm telling you, you got 4 days to let go of this before you get to the year of the fire horse. Make a decision. You're not going to make a
Okay,
mistake.
I will.
You're not going to make a mistake. Okay. You don't need to ask no people. We don't even need to know what it is because you already know the answer. I know you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Go
Thank
get him,
you. I
Danny
appreciate
boy.
all that.
Yeah, you bet. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you,
too.
Daniel.
Thank you.
Good talking to you again. God bless you.
Nice talking to you too. Yep. God bless. Have a good night.
That's that grandma coming in the back door right there.
Yeah,
It's a decision.
Yeah. And he's got a good head on his shoulders,
Yeah.
and like you said, he's going to make the right decision.
I know. I know. Now, I don't know if we have time for our last caller.
We don't have a last caller anymore, and you have 3 minutes left.
Thank you, Jessica. Mark, one more time, please remind people of what a lively show tonight, folks.
Yeah, and we're going to be back next week as well. Yeah, visit my website, afterlifefrequency.com. I invite all of you to sign up for the newsletter, and you'll see about the upcoming Light Circle on Saturday, March 21st. Tickets are going pretty fast, and there's going to be another one on Saturday, April 25th. These events are limited to 6 people each, so everybody gets a reading, and I get time to spend with everybody. Also, if you sign up for the newsletter, it'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening with me. You can sign up for a one-on-one session, and that's all at afterlifefrequency.com. Dr. Pat, what do you got going on? I know you got Unstuckable working.
We do. Unstuckable. Unstuckable, we're creating a whole different platform, which includes a game that we're going to crowdfund for. But the Transformation Network has expanded to 4 additional channels. And, I'm not exactly sure how we're showing the public yet about what the opportunities are, but that is our mission. Our theme this year was very clear to me. And it's real simple, Mark. This is the year for all of the entrepreneurs that have been sitting in the back seat to get out. And it's the year to be unmissable, unforgettable, and unapologetically visible. This is this year for it. And Jessica has created amazing ways to do that. Our expansion, our new podcast channel should be popping up in about a month. So all of these things are in spirit of getting people to come out and put on those ballet shoes, folks, even if your toenails hurt.
Yeah, that's great.
And they will hurt.
Ow! I mean, just looking at that, I don't know how these young ladies do that. Ow!
Oh, well, we could do a whole show. But next show, we're going to be talking about the fire horse. That is coming up on your calendar on the 17th. Our show, I believe, is on the 19th. And Mark and I are going to talk about what the transition is like to go from the wood snake to the fire horse. Say hi. Thank you, everybody, for tuning us in, turning us on. The Transformation Network.com or Transformation Talk Radio will take you to our flagship channel. We are now full video in our players for those of you out there. Thank you, AI. We'll see you next time.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into The Psychic and the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Basili, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on The Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.